Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Jessa Jeremiah.
And I'm Justin Riley, and here we are. It's a beautiful day at the beer garden at Capitol Brewery in Middleton.
Yes, you know what, the only thing missing is a beer.
Yes.
What are we
Absolutely.
thinking?
Yeah.
Well, I can't have one, but maybe you can later.
Well, you know, yeah. I mean, it's 9 o'clock somewhere, right?
That's right. We're going to have a great show for you today. Make sure you stick around. We're chatting with the folks at Capitol Brewery. They have a fabulous event coming up, and we're excited to introduce that to you.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. Looking forward to that. If you are in need of legal services, you'll want to stick around because just before that, we're going to talk with Richard Staley from Team Staley Legal Services. He sort of is an outside-of-the-box type of attorney. It's great.
You know, he's a real guy,
He's
which
a real
maybe
guy.
is outside of the box.
Who
So
knows?
we'll meet him in a little
Yeah.
while. We look forward to it.
And we'll also be joined by John and Chris from Accu-Clime Mechanical Services. Believe it or not, it's time to start thinking about getting those furnaces tuned up. So you'll want to tune in for
Tune in for a tune-up.
tune-up.
I
So
love it.
That's coming up right after the break here on Wisconsin Family, so stick with us.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are enjoying one of our probably last warm times out here in the beer garden at Capitol Brewery.
Sad to say, but very true.
We hate to admit it, but it's true. We're going to talk to those folks a little bit later. But right now we're actually talking about legal services. And you know what? There may come a time in your life where you need some legal advice or need some legal services. And it's nice to know that you've got somebody in your corner maybe ahead of time. We're going to introduce you today to Richard Staley with Team Staley Legal Services. And we're so pleased to have you.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Well, glad to have you. We're going to learn a little bit about what you do, but first kind of tell us how it works. So you run your own office, but you actually share a building with other lawyers, correct?
Yes. We're over at 995 Applegate Road, right off of Fish Hatch in the Beltline, and we've actually got 4 attorneys in the office. Attorney Jair Alvarez, Attorney Mike Diaz, Attorney Kevin Boyle, and then, of course, myself, each of us being solo practitioners.
Okay.
But we've come together in one location so that we can share certain resources to help keep our overhead costs lower.
Oh, how nice.
That's
okay.
very interesting. So obviously all attorneys have sort of an area of expertise that they like to focus on. So what areas of law do you practice?
My primary areas are family law. I do a bit of criminal defense work as well, and then trademarking is really my other big area. But I consider myself more of a generalist. I also work a bit with estate planning, contract law, basic small business startup type of things, and then my passion project would be entertainment law.
Wow, okay.
And just a follow-up question, the folks that you share an office with, do they all have the same specialty, or are they all kind of different? Do they have a different portfolio of expertise?
No, one of the great things about our office setup is that each of us has those different practice areas, different experiences and areas of expertise that we each bring to the table.
Awesome. Yeah.
So one of the things we like to say about our location is that it's one stop for all of your legal needs.
There you go.
Regardless of what type of legal issue or situation you find yourself in, you can come looking to talk to one attorney and it may not be the right fit, and luckily we have 3 other people that can probably help you there.
Well, and I imagine if you're navigating through an issue or a problem or something that you're dealing with in a legal aspect, there may be other questions that branch off from there that sort of dip into other areas as well. So it's nice to have that under one roof. And let's talk a little bit for folks at home, you know, the sort of what's in it for me attitude, but what do you think kind of sets you apart, you and your colleagues as a whole, from maybe other solo lawyers in the area?
Well, as I had mentioned, with the lower overhead with our office setup, that allows us to charge lower fees than a lot of people are used to seeing when dealing with lawyers, particularly in larger offices. But we've also created a fully bilingual law office. Okay. All of our attorneys speak Spanish. Attorney Alvarez also speaks a little bit of French. Attorney Diaz speaks French, Italian. I believe he can also order coffee in Korean.
All right.
But in addition to those financial sort of savings that we can pass along to clients, we've also helped to reduce that language barrier that has historically prevented people, not just in the Latino community, but through populations all throughout Madison and Dane County, that have prevented them from working with attorneys in the past. So being able to offer that also allows us to save money in other areas like document translation, things like that.
Wow, really smart. Yeah, I didn't even think from a cost savings perspective, but in terms of communication, that's just key. Absolutely.
And other than that, that cost saving aspect, what led to the formation of this office chair setup that you have?
Well, it really started with attorneys Diaz and attorney Alvarez. They had identified this need for not only Spanish language attorneys, but also more flexible payment sort of options to break down the access that people, the barrier to access to legal services. So they had kind of come up with this idea, reached out to Attorney Boyle and myself, and with such a great idea, it's kind of hard to pass up. So of course we jumped right on board, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Wow,
Fantastic.
okay. And explain a little bit, you're a solo practitioner, so how does the Team Staley Legal Services sort of fit into that from being a solo practitioner? What does that mean?
Well, it's a twofold reasoning behind the name. The first off is just my approach to the practice of law. So often when people are going through a legal process, it can feel very lonely. It's very stressful, very overwhelming. And my personal view is that when someone hires an attorney, they more take on the role of a coach. And they have now that team captain on the field, sort of in the trenches getting it done. And what the coach does is figures out where you want to go. Ultimately, the client has their decision on what they would like to see. But then the lawyer takes that sort of role of the team player, getting that work done to guide them there on the field.
Wow.
The second rationale is actually a little bit more personal. Team Staley has been a family nickname that people have been calling my wife and I for years now. Our daughter
cute.
is
Yeah, I
part
can
as well.
see that,
So every day that I come to the office and I see that, or I'm introducing myself, I remember not only my approach to law, but also that motivation and the support that I've gotten from my family that has not only led me to where I am, but on a daily basis reminds me of why I'm doing this.
And how old's your daughter?
She'll be 2 in November.
Oh my gosh,
That's
what
awesome.
a great age.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Any special events that are coming up at Team Staley that you can talk about?
Yes, actually, one of the things that we do in our office, we do a monthly community outreach event called Café con Leyes, which is like coffee with laws, where our attorneys get together, we'll get some coffee and donuts and invite the community to come in for basically 15-minute information consultation sessions where people otherwise wouldn't be bothered to talk to a lawyer, would think that they would need to pay, that sort of thing. And it's a totally free service. We just invite the public to come in, sit down with a lawyer, chat a little bit, and then hopefully if they do need additional legal help, we can guide them in the right direction from there. But the next one will be October 1st at Centro Hispano down on West Badger Road. And be sure to check out their Facebook page or the Team Staley Facebook page for more information.
Thanks for the information. Really great. I enjoy your approach to your practice, but also it's nice to meet the face and see the real person and the family man behind the name. So thanks so much. This is Richard Staley with Team Staley Legal Services. We'll be right back with more Wisconsin Family after the break.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Here we are at the Beer Garden at Capitol Brewery in Middleton. What a lovely day it is.
Enjoying a lovely day. One of the last maybe of the season.
Yeah, we're
Sorry, guys.
going to talk to those folks later on in the program, but first we're joined now by John Mankowski and Chris Pramus from Accu-Clime Mechanical Services.
Thanks
Welcome back,
for having
gentlemen.
us. Glad to be back.
Thanks for joining
So
us.
it's kind of hard to believe after the week we had this past week that fall, I should say first, is coming, which means pretty soon we're going to be turning on our furnaces. So what should we do? What should we be doing or thinking about to get our furnaces ready for the cold season?
Well, you want to get them checked. It's that simple. You want to make sure that it's ready for winter. Putting snow tires on and all that stuff. So you want to make sure you start your snow blower, you get all that stuff ready. So why not make sure your furnace is ready for the winter so you stay nice and comfortable. Get some tune-ups done on them. Make sure that they're running as efficiently and hopefully avoid any problems when it is sub-zero temperatures outside and you really need the furnace.
Right.
Yeah, it's certainly not optional once it gets to be, some of those really cold temperatures. You can't go very long, so you want to make sure you're in tip-top shape going into the season so that you don't have to experience that awful discomfort or, having to go to another home for a night or
There's
something.
never a good time for your furnace to stop working in
Not
Wisconsin,
in the wintertime.
right?
Not in the wintertime.
Point.
Right.
And we're getting into that season too, where sometimes you're using the heat and the air almost simultaneously for a while.
Yeah.
But we've talked before about you being a Lennox dealer, so I want to make sure that we touch on this a little bit because you obviously use Lennox Lennox furnaces and parts and such. But do you only service Lennox brands,
No,
or how does that work?
We work on everything. If it's a Carrier, Bryant, Rheem, Rude, Trane, American Standard, Kenmore, I mean, pretty much anything out there. If it heats the house, the only thing that we don't work on is we don't work on oil burners. But other than that, I mean, pretty much anything. If it's natural gas furnace, we work on it.
Okay.
Propane, all of that.
Propane, everything.
to
Yeah,
know.
pretty much we work on that type of stuff.
Heat pumps, all of it.
Lennox is a company that we've connected with. That's what we do most of our installs with, is the Lennox company. But we'll work on just about anything. We keep parts on the truck for everything, and these guys are all certified and working on all of them.
Excellent. So you know what your favorite is, but you're certified
Exactly.
to do.
We know what
it.
the best is.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like a Chevy dealer that has a garage that works on Ford and everything else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes
You got
sense.
it. Yep.
And I want to touch on your name again really quick, Accu-Clime Mechanical Services. I think that's important for viewers to know that mechanical services is sort of an all-encompassing
Correct.
type of name. I mean, it's not just heating and air conditioning. So can you talk about some of the other heating systems that you service and maybe just some of the other systems in general, mechanical things that you service?
Well, we service boilers. There's still a majority of boilers here in the Madison area.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the older sections have some boilers.
In residential?
Steam. Yep.
Right.
Yep,
Wow,
as
okay.
well.
And we do some commercial boilers also.
Wow. There are some out there. So we definitely work on boilers. We do also, that's where the mechanical came in, we do commercial work where we do commercial refrigeration. We do essentially the hot side and the cold sides in restaurants.
Sure.
So we'll work on the grills, we'll work on the refrigeration, we'll work on the coolers, we'll work on your heating and cooling in the restaurants, so rooftop units, as well as other commercial type buildings. So
If it heats, if it cools, you guys take care
heats,
of it.
cools, cooks, and keeps it cold, we'll do it.
Cools,
That's right.
cooks, and keeps it cold.
Yep.
I love it.
That's right.
Great saying.
That's right.
Well, as I mentioned, we are kind of getting into that season where we're about to start using heating and air, potentially both at the same time, or one day one day the next, as we are in a fluctuating climate here. Do we need to get our air conditioning checked at this point? What's your recommendation?
We talk a lot about bang for buck. What's the most value for the homeowner? Right now at this point, if it's lasted the season to this point, I would say save your money, put it in your pocket, get into some type of a planned service program with us, and then have us out in the spring. Be ready for next season at this point as far as the air conditioner goes.
The only thing I would recommend also, as far as it, just go on top of that, if you notice your coil on your condenser needs to be cleaned, that's the time to give us a call. So that way, when it starts up again in April, May of next year, it's already clean and ready to go. There's gonna be a lot less chance of restrictions from the winter.
Well, and
Yeah.
I imagine if we're having you out to take a look at our heating systems, that's something maybe you could check too, just
Yeah,
while you're at the
they
home.
take a walk around the back of the house, take a peek at it, and see. We should probably clean that cottonwood off because it's built up over the course of the last couple of months, and that way it's clean and ready to go. Because cottonwood doesn't let go again until next June, and we're probably going to use it in May, so we could probably get it cleaned out. Or you can call us in the spring if we can do that too.
I mean, odds are we're walking around the house because we're going out to look at your vent piping and things
Sure,
like
yeah.
that to make sure that's free for winter and there's no bird's nest, bees nest, cobwebs or anything in those. So that, we deal with that.
Okay.
And how far advanced right now, as far as furnace calls and furnace tune-ups and so forth, how far advanced are you booking right now? Call us now, literally, because I got a bug flying in front of me. Call us now because the first time we hit 40-degree temperatures at night, our phones are going to blow up. Yeah. Literally. So the It'll be plan is to lambasted. do it now.
A
Call us
bit of
now.
preventative maintenance.
Well, we
Ready
like to
in
try and do
time.
tune-ups by the end of September, but realistically, call us now, get on the schedule. We'll get you on the schedule for the end of September, and you don't have to worry about getting in line.
Everybody wants that 8 a.m. call.
Sure. Yeah.
First call so they can go to work.
Sure,
Right,
yeah.
absolutely. Well, I've got to cut to the chase before we
Yep.
go, guys. Any specials or things that we can look forward to coming up?
We are doing 50% off a club membership. Basically, we'll do your furnace in the fall and your air conditioner in the spring. Normal cost on that's $199. We're going to do it for 50% off. So you're essentially
Wow.
getting a free tune-up.
That's incredible.
Nice.
That's a great
So
deal.
Give us a call, but that's for Dane County residents only, and you got to mention Wisconsin Family.
Deal. Sounds
Great.
good.
John and Chris from Accu-Clime Mechanical Services, thanks so much for joining
Thanks for having us
today.
again.
And don't go away, there's more Wisconsin Family coming up after the break.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We have been having a lovely time out here in the garden at Capitol Brewery, and it is such a lovely day.
It's a lovely day. Everything's lovely.
It is lovely. We're
With
thinking
beer,
about
it is.
winter
Yeah.
coming up,
Not
so
for
we're soaking up the last couple minutes. But we've got an exciting segment for you. We are joined now by Cindy Pisani, who is with Capitol Brewery, and it's lovely to have Cindy back, and thank you so much for having us.
Oh, we love having you guys here.
Always enjoy coming. And we've also got Jonathan Sutton, who is joining us. He's the morning guy from Triple M. I'm sure you recognize him from 105.5, or The Voice anyways. We'll have you
it's
recognize.
a little different on TV. It's great to be here.
Oh, goodness. Well, thank you for joining us and being a part of this. We've got an exciting topic today. We are talking about the Triple M Block Party with Capitol Brewery. What a fabulous event. Talk to us, give us the basics. What, when, and where is this block party?
Well, the event is going to occur on October 8th. It's a Saturday. We've got it scheduled from 12 to 8 p.m. We are really looking forward to this. It's the first time for us doing something like this. Everybody recognizes Capitol Brewery is hosting Bachfest in February. So we thought, well, let's try something, but when the weather is just a little bit warmer. So we decided to do a fall event and have a block party with music and food and, oh yeah, beer. We have beer.
That's right. Some pretty
forget
good
that.
beer here, too.
I think the most exciting part, though, if I can say, is the leaf blowing competition that we're going to have.
Yeah.
As
Yes.
you can
They're
hear right
warming
there,
up
they're
right
getting
now.
ready for it now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Practice happens at every-
Preparation starts early
Yeah.
for this event,
It's
making
tough, the
sure
leaf
the
blowing.
lawn is perfectly
It's challenging.
manicured. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
What I love about this event, though, is that you have a locally based brewery with a locally programmed radio station. I mean, what a great combination. So
It's like we planned it out.
It
sort of, isn't it?
is like it was
So
intentional.
talk to us about why you guys decided to team up, and then what can folks expect at this event?
Well, I think one of the things that brought us together is the concept of having this block party and having great music. And Triple M is a great radio station. It's who I listen to. So that was my first choice. And
I checked her car. It was
and the demographics of who their listeners are and who drinks our beer and comes out to the brewery matched up. So we
Perfect.
thought Triple M would be a good option for us to approach and chat with about this project that we wanted to bring to fruition.
Well, it sounds like you guys have found the perfect match. We look forward to a great event. And talk to us a little bit more about this event. Let's talk performers.
Oh, I'm so excited for the music. Okay, so the deal with Triple M is we love to introduce you to new bands and new music, but we also like to keep it local. So a couple of the bands we have are local. One is called The Mascot Theory, and their lead singer is a guy named Eric Chellin, who was in a competition that we had called Project M. Where it's kind of like American Idol, but not as cheesy.
Okay.
We had all these local musicians come and singer-songwriters and perform, and each week they had to come up with new songs. Anyway, Eric won the competition a couple years ago, and his band, The Mascot Theory, absolutely fabulous. So they're going to be playing. Natty Nation, total staple here in the Madison area. I mean, those guys, reggae, rock, soul, funk, everything. Those guys rock it out.
Look forward
So those
to it.
are the local bands. Two new ones that we have coming that are more on a national level. And the thing with Triple M is we introduce you to bands, and then oh wow, 6 months later, a year later, you're seeing them on The Tonight Show. You're seeing them in all different places. So see them here first. One is someone named Elliot Sumner. Now,
Okay.
those of you who are music fans may know that there's a guy named Gordon Sumner who goes by the name Sting. This happens to be
May have
his
heard of
daughter.
Really?
And she is quite a performer, and we're lucky to have her here. And she is coming on tour and kind of rerouted to just come here to Madison to perform for us. So, I mean, she likes to stand on her own, but it's Sting's daughter.
And she sounds her sound and her music is
Really
is
good.
similar
Yeah,
to
to
some
like
of the
Sting,
things I've heard.
not Sting playing a lute, Sting when he was like police Sting.
Right.
So, so that's going to be great. And then our headliner is a guy named Kobe, and he's originally from Minnesota, and he's also an up-and-comer. If you're familiar with the artist Hozier, who had the song "Take Me to Church," if you heard the
Okay.
song, you know already.
Yeah.
Take me to church. I can't sing, but he
I like
is,
the beginning.
He kind of sounds like him. He's open for people at the Royal Albert Hall
Okay.
and Sydney, Australia, at the Opera House there, and at the Hollywood Bowl. So he's an up-and-comer. It's going to be a name, and you could see him here first and say, I saw Kobe when.
That's a great opportunity, just like you said, to come out and kind of see them before they're too big, or
Right.
you get to kind of be a
Saw
part
'em
of the
first.
beginning phase. I love that.
Like we always say at Triple M, years ago we had a guy named Dave come in, and we didn't really know who his band was. It was the Dave Matthews Band. So
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they
yeah,
did
but
okay.
back then you didn't.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Yeah. So we know there's going to be great music. We know there's going to be great beer. How about food? Is there going to be food there? Who are your vendors and who are your sponsors?
We do have quite a bit of food that's going to be available. We have got sponsors for this event. Nitty Gritty will be here. We will have Papa Murphy's. We have Bob's Barbecue, and we also have a newer restaurant doing Mexican food called Lupe's. And so we have a little bit of different styles of food for different folks and what their different tastes are. So we're going
Can
to have
we eat
that.
it all? Because I'm planning on
We
eating it all.
can.
Is
I've
that
already.
okay?
We have to do a quality control test, so we have to taste everything.
After the
first.
leaf blowing contest, we'll
Right.
see how much you can eat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and then we also have some other sponsors as well. We have Mounds. We also have I'm Board Games, which I think is awesome. I know they've been on the
Absolutely.
show
Yeah, they're
before.
great.
Parfit Facial Cosmetic is going
absolutely,
to be
yeah.
here, and we also have Country Inn and
Fly.
Suites.
I want to grab that.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we have all these different sponsors that we're hosting here as well. They'll have a presence.
So what a great roster, great rundown of things going on. We've got beer, we've got music, we've got food, maybe in that order of importance. But no, it sounds like a great event and some great folks coming out.
And we're helping, and we're actually doing good too.
Hey, let's talk about the fundraising aspect.
Yeah,
Explain that.
we decided that we wanted this to be a fun event, but we also wanted to make sure that something went back to the community. And what we decided to do is we reached out to the Humane Society. I know they do an event here that's coming up. It's called Dogtoberfest. It's super fun. It's great having all these dogs.
You
and
gotta love
people.
that name too. That's so cute, Dogtoberfest.
So we reached out to the Humane Society, so a portion of the proceeds will be going to the Humane Society.
Wonderful.
That's fantastic.
So
Yeah.
really, you have to come. You're
So let's
drinking,
recap here. We have
eating,
beer,
and enjoying music
food, and you're doing
for
good.
charity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we have Jonathan.
And you've got Jonathan. Very
No,
exciting.
we want people to come. We want people to come. October 8th. And it's $10, right?
Yeah, tell us where we get
actually,
tickets.
Well, what you can do is we're going to have online ticket sales. They'll be going,
MyMadisonPerks.com. That's the place you go. MyMadisonPerks.com, right there.
right, and there'll be some more information about the event on our website as well. You can purchase tickets. They're going to be $7.50 online, I believe. There is
Okay.
a service fee, and then $12 at the gate. The
Either
day
way,
of.
it's cheap.
Yeah.
Wow. Great cause.
We're not cheap. It's
Great
cheap.
event. Great beer, of course, here
Yeah.
at Capitol Brewery. And nobody throws a party like Capitol Brewery, so we can't wait
Very true.
to be there and have a
Thank
good
you,
old
guys.
time. Yeah, thanks for having us.
thank you.
Cindy, boy, it's been a lot of fun being here today. Jonathan Sutton, so nice to meet you and get a chance to chat with you from Triple M Morning Show. And Justin, that's it.
We're out of time, Jess.
We're going to go. Thanks, Capitol Brewery. Thanks to all of our guests. Thank you for watching. Join us next time for Wisconsin Family.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting.